If you wanted a quick death or to get force choked, all you needed to do was mention something of the past to Darth Vader. In this instance, this was Padme Amidala. This ancient Sith, or once he started working for Darth Vader, we can call him an Imperial of sorts, actually read Darth Vader's mind. Once he did that, he understood everything about the newly christened Sith Lord, how very recently not only did his mother die, but the love of his life and his child had died as well. This person was left in shambles. Anakin Skywalker was now dead, and Darth Vader was in the forefront. However, that didn't mean that those memories were completely wiped out, as we will learn in this comic issue. The mask had used Lieutenant Rogo as a host to achieve his goals, but once Vader entered, he slashed him with his lightsaber, not knowing that Momin was actually trying to help Vader realize his long-awaited castle. We are gonna start from this point, and I do hope you guys enjoy this one because there is a lot to learn from this comic. From Sith Lord down to the supernatural secrets locked within the dark side. Upon realizing what Momin had done, he picks up the mask using telekinesis while still marveling at his future castle. Suspended in the air, Momin follows Vader inside the dark side locus. Now, Vader stood right in front of the altar where Momin was suspended above. Vader asked him, "What are you?" The eyes started to flash. "I am Momin," he replied. Vader just stood there. "And everything I did," he replied, "was guided by one principle." A big burst of energy comes flying off as Vader is led back. He went on to explain his childhood and his younger days where nobody could understand his creations. They actually feared them. It wasn't until he became a Sith that he started talking and creating to the dark side itself. However, the Jedi intervened in what was to be his greatest creation yet, and as a result, he had to pay a price. Locked away for eternity in his own mask, and now Vader had the luxury of possessing all of that knowledge. Removing his own mask, Vader put on the mask of Momin instead, but as soon as Momin entered his mind, Vader struggled and ultimately threw the mask off his head where it clinked to the floor. But there was an alternative. The Mustafarian natives were scouting the area when suddenly they see a shadowy figure. They were under attack immediately and attempted to fight back, but it was futile against this dark alien. Vader picked up one of the natives, brought him closer and closer to the point where Momin possessed him completely as the native was screaming in agony. After all that, they went inside the locus again. Momin was glad he was still on Mustafar. The planet wasn't always like this, but Vader didn't care. He wasn't interested in what it was, but what the planet actually is. "What?" asked Momin. Vader told him that this place was a door. However, Momin confirmed that the door was locked. Vader could only see hints of the beyond. This is why Vader tried to steal his secrets and why Vader needs him now. However, now Momin had seen inside Vader's thoughts as well. If he wanted to ask something, now was the time. Vader showed Momin's design. He wanted to know what it was. Well, Momin explained that the door to the dark side is locked, and this was the key. Their most beloved waited beyond that door. His design will allow Vader to use the full power of the dark side and pierce the veil of time between life and death. He could see her again, Padme. Vader immediately gripped him. He has been lied to about saving someone from death before. "Do not offer things you cannot provide." Momin insisted that he is not lying, that all he wants is to make one final and perfect creation. Vader released him, but if he betrays him, Momin will suffer. "What more suffering is there," said Momin, "than a forgotten artist? Lord Vader had given him an enormous opportunity that he will not throw away. This castle will be his final masterpiece." So again, by mentioning Padme, you trigger something in Vader that is primal. There is something inside that he just reacts to when you mention a person in his past. That could be either Padme or, in some instance, what I've found is Kenobi, Obi-Wan, something to that effect where Vader could lose it completely. I don't think he has the same relationship with, let's say, Yoda, for example. If you mention Yoda, Vader will not go berserk, or at least what I think is the truth, because we have not seen Vader react to those names. But Padme and Obi-Wan are at the top. If you have the courage to even bring them up in the conversation, then you better fear for your life. As you see, even ancient Sith Lords are not protected against Darth Vader's wrath. If he wants to kill you, he will destroy you completely. In comparison, if you compare the ancient Sith moment with regular working people in the Empire, such as Imperial officers or Imperial commanders, they stand no chance if they get on the furious side of Darth Vader. They will get force choked so quick that they will get thrown in the trash compactor. What do you guys think about this as well? Talk to me down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you until then.